Lane is probably directly over you. Beckham Hollow Road directly over you. It's really going to be right over where 641 crosses 64 here. That's where it's really centered over, I'd say, right now, and it's racing fast to the north and east at about 60 miles an hour. So as I push a little bit farther to the east here, there's Waynesboro. You're going to be getting hit with this pretty hard pretty quickly. There's Andrew Jackson. There's 64 here. It's going to kind of parallel that, it looks like. It's going to be just south of the Clifton Turnpike, may go over Parker Branch Road, may be also near Simmons, Branch Road and Old Highway. We're going to have to watch that near 64, and really it would hit 64 and 13 right in the center of Waynesboro. So folks, please take this seriously. Again, that tornado warning in effect for about another 30 minutes or so as this storm is pushing basically out of Hardin County into Wayne County here, and we're going to have to watch that very carefully. So the city of Waynesboro really needs to be going down to their lowest level, center of a room with no bathroom, a room with no windows, like a bathroom, like a closet. Please do that now. Take a bike helmet, take a pillow, take a blanket, get down there, have the WKRN weather app on point with you so you can listen to that, because again, when tornadoes, if they're on the ground right now, if it is on the ground, it is not yet confirmed that you're going to lose power before this happens. So you're going to want to have that app so you can live stream us, because we'll be on the air throughout the entirety of this warning. Megan Thomas and I will keep you safe. Okay, so this is again moving to the north and east, and I put a new tracker on this one, and this is based on where I think the center is. Very hard to make out, by the way, here. It could be losing a little bit of steam to that center, but Voorhees, we'll see this at about 7:34. Hohenwald at about 7:37. Topsy, it's going to be over you very quickly, and Waynesboro, you've got about 2 minutes or less. Waynesboro, I hope you are taking your tornado precautions at this point. I've told you, I've warned you, please get down low. Do it right now. Then Henryville, you'll see this at about 7:43, center at about 7:39. And again, going to a room with no windows, going down to the lowest level center of a room, protecting your head and neck, super key with these storms as they roll on by. Not to mention, we still have a severe thunderstorm warning, and now, oh boy, this isn't good. There is now a tornado possible tag with this one. You can see these storms are starting to spin, guys. We're getting to that point of the night where a lot of areas haven't seen all of this just yet. So from Hohenwald up towards Santa Fe here, Fairview included, well, Fairview just in the north of this, but I could see that getting included in Franklin. You are in the direct path of this storm. There is a tornado possible tag with this one, so we're going to have to evaluate this storm down in this area. I would say it looks like there's some notching going on the radar there. Lots of lightning, heavy downpours. Wind gusts are in excess of 60 miles an hour. Hail's a little bit less. It's a little bit less than 3/4 of an inch, but still, it is nighttime, folks. And here's what it's going to look like as you go through this storm tracker with me. Santa Fe, you're going to see this at 7:23. Boston, you would see this at about 7:33. Spring Hill, 7:38, because again, this is racing to the north and east at about 60 miles an hour. Spring Hill, you're going to see this at about 7:38. I just said that. Bethesda, 7:43. Then Arrington, 7:50. Nolensville, 7:56. And 7:57, it will be in the Almaville area. So just a heads up, folks, we're watching several storms. We've got this storm to the north. We've got this storm to the south. We've got in between lots of storms happening. And the tornado watch is in effect until 11 p.m. tonight. So we're going to be watching these storms, and you need to make sure you have a safety plan ready to go. Phone is charged, and in the on position, you have that WKRN weather app. I can't stress it enough, because these storms continue to push towards the I-65 corridor by about 8 o'clock. As we get towards, say, 9, 10 o'clock, all of them are pushing east of I-65, still holding together, though. They could still be spinning at this point as we push east of I-65, and then they push out of here as we head through the overnight hours. Now let's go over to Megan Thomas with more.
Yeah, we've been watching the storm develop. It started off into Hardin County from Savannah and then moved to the east very rapidly, and that's the same system that's impacting Alabama. If you've been familiar with what's been going on in parts of central Alabama, they've been hit terribly bad with a lot of tornado warnings earlier this afternoon and confirmed tornadoes, in fact. And this one right now is for parts of Middle Tennessee. It does include the city of Waynesboro. I wanted to show you that this tornado warning polygon includes parts of Lewis County. It'll be the extreme western corner of Lewis, southern Perry, northern Perry, back up into parts of Wayne. This will go until 7:45. Hail inside of this could get up to 1 inch, and 1 inch hail is pretty significant. And this tornado warning has been radar indicated. Lots of cloud to ground lightning. The storm is very loud, and of course that rotation is still pretty broad, but for now the National Weather Service seems it's important to continue with this warning again till 7:45. At 7:25, it's now 7:20. You've got 5 minutes, Waynesboro, before this hits your front door. So make sure that you are most likely in the most interior room of your home, lowest level, helmet helmet on, hard sole shoes, and again, a whistle would be very helpful. Topsy at 7:31. If you live in Hohenwald in Lewis County, this will be at 7:43 for you. This is going to be moving east-northeast at about 60 miles an hour. And I want to take you back into that rotation because, again, it's very, very broad and it's really being just knocked around by the radar. The radar beam is so high at this point that it's not picking it up. But again, from what we can tell from radar indicated, it does look like that it is about to cross over 64, headed right into Waynesboro, which will cross 13. So if you are familiar with that area, I put this track on here. If you live in Parker Branch Road, if you live in Andrew Jackson Drive, if you live back over to, I'd say even Cantrell Lane, back into Green River Road, down to the street level mapping, mainly along Tennessee 13. You need to be in your safe place as this rotation moves over you. This would be what I would call an inflow, okay? So you've got this inflow notch where the wind is being sucked in and then it's going to be wrapped around, and that's obviously a radar indicated tornado. The other thing we have to watch out for is this severe thunderstorm warning that includes the city of Santa Fe. Back over to Spring Hill, you're not necessarily in the warning, but it is headed your direction. It's moving east very rapidly. Hickman, Lewis, Murray, and Williamson County all included this until 7:30. Again, like Danielle mentioned, a tornado possible. Now, I do think that we are beginning to see some notches in this as well, but for now, it does look like more of a wind event as this is very linear. Where you see this darker shade of pink and into the green, that is where you're going to see that really big wind speed. Danielle?
Yes. Okay. I want to get back right over to what we're doing with and what we're dealing with. Let me just show you this real fast here. We've got on our radar right now, we've got several storms that are starting to develop. They're worried about this. They're talking about now maybe some rotation near the Tennessee River, which is up to the north in the northern quadrant of storms, which I'll show you this real quick on Storm Tracker radar here and show you exactly what's happening. This is Storm Tracker radar network. You can see it's up to the north here. This line here, we're going to have to start watching as there could be some rotation along this one. So that's Stewart County, that's Trigg County, and that's all the way up to Muhlenberg County. But right now, why we're staying with you, and we're going to continue to stay with you until the threat is over with, is because we have a tornado warning. And by the way, our live cameras are awesome. So if you guys want to pull them up at any time, the Nashville camera, I can tell there's tons of lightning on it at this point, and it's coming through downtown Nashville. All these storms are lit up like Christmas trees, tons of lightning through them. But this big storm you can see here, this is one of our cameras right here, and you can see, look at the lightning going across the sky. Of course, as I show it, there it is. There's a lot of lightning in the distance. These storms are going to be very noisy as you come over you, but notice, I want to show you this too. It is dark outside, folks, so you are not going to see something if there is a tornado coming to you. So you need to act like the tornado is happening, even though we're saying it is Doppler radar indicated. My friends in Waynesboro, you need to take your tornado precautions immediately. Let me zoom down and show you exactly what's happening here. It's this area right here. It's only for Lewis and Wayne now until 7:45, but it is, you know, you can kind of see the circular bend to it right in here. That is about to push right over downtown Waynesboro. Lots of lightning, hail, quarter size in diameter, gusty winds with this one. And I do want to show you, there's that hail core about to push in to Waynesboro as well. But here's the rotation. It's starting to pick up a little bit better now that it's pushed out of that feed right there. And you can see it's right here. So it's literally paralleling north of 64. It will really come through northern Waynesboro, okay? So if you live north of the center of Waynesboro, friends, you need to take your tornado precautions right now. You can kind of see this notching. There's the green, there's the red. I mean, it's a little bit faded, but it's together here. So we got to watch this center. This is a center where it would be rotating potentially on the ground. So this is literally going to be paralleling 64. It's going to cross over 13. It's going to clip Waynesboro here, and it will clip it pretty good. So let me zoom down. This is where the center is right now. It's right near the Clifton Turnpike, near CC Road. It's centered right over you right now. It's about to go over Parker Branch Road, and then as I push a little bit forward here, there's Edge Hill Road, there's Old Beach Creek Road. If I'm saying your street name, it's coming to you, folks. It is coming to you, and you have about a few minutes, if that, to get down to your safe zone. So do it now. It is racing to the north and east at 60 miles an hour. Meat Road will see this. Mount Hope Road will see this very quickly. Northern Waynesboro, the center of Waynesboro, north of it, will see this potential tornado if it is on the ground. Highway 99, we're also talking about Simmons, I don't know if I'm saying that right, I'm sorry, Branch Road. Also, there's a couple other areas, Wallace Drive, Highway 99, and then Natural Bridge Road. These are some areas just north of Waynesboro that we're going to be watching. There is that center right there. Right there. So it is really just north of 64, about to push over 13 here in just a little bit. And yes, it will definitely clip northern Waynesboro. So Waynesboro, please start taking your tornado precautions now. There is the rotation. It is getting easier to see on the radar, so not necessarily a good thing. I did put a storm tracker on this. It is flying. So Topsy, you've got less than 10 minutes to get there. Moccasin, you've got less than probably 5 minutes at this point. Waynesboro, it's about to be on top of you. Please get down to the center level, lowest level. A room with no windows. Please do it right now because it is dark outside. You're not going to see it. It's probably going to be rain wrapped. If anything, you might get a lightning bolt that'll show you if there is a tornado on the ground. Turkey Track, we'll see this at 7:40. Voorhees, 7:43. Henryville at about 7:50, and then Gordonsburg at about 7:55. So again, this is what you want to do. You want to go down to a room with no windows, the lowest level, center of a room, and protect your head and neck. Think a closet, think a bathroom, think a basement, think a storm shelter. Do it now. Don't waste time. The other thing is this storm up here, and Megan was alluding to this one before, Hickman, Lewis, Murray, and Williamson County now has the tornado possible tag with it. We're starting to see little notches along this entire line here that's really just north of Santa Fe. It's just north of Columbia. But Fairview, you might get hit with this. We're starting to see this. It may go right into downtown Franklin, this storm. It may just stay just north of Spring Hill, but that would hit Franklin, Brentwood. You're probably getting some noisy weather already. Antioch, you'd be up next for some of this. But here's some of that notching that's happening here. You can see it right near the Boston area here. There's a little bit more right down here and another one right down here. Little areas of possibly broad rotation. Nothing concrete just now, but we're watching that. And also Bellevue, you're definitely getting noisy storms. Nashville's getting noisy storms. These are starting to build up to the north, and they're going to fly to the north and east at about 60 miles an hour. So Santa Fe, you're going to see this at about 7:36. Theta, you'll see this at about 7:42. Boston, about 7:45. Spring Hill, you're going to see this at about 7:53. Now, this may stay just north of you, but it may also clip you, parts of it, that is. And then Franklin, 7:57. You're already getting some noisy storms, but more of it, the heaviest part will roll over you. Then 8:05 in Arrington, and hey, Smyrna, 8:19 for you folks. So just be prepared. We've got several severe thunderstorm warnings out there. We still got that tornado warning down in Waynesboro, and I don't like the way this is looking. It's starting to notch. It kind of looks like a Boeing signature, which could also indicate some very strong gusty winds with it as well. So we've got that tornado watch in effect until 11 p.m. We're watching several lines of storms developing, and we really need to be on guard no matter where you live, because any of these storms could quickly perk up to a tornado warning or a severe thunderstorm warning like that. We've seen that all night long, and it's starting to happen. We've seen a lot of damage already this afternoon, and we can expect more probably as we head through the evening. So a safety plan in place, phone charge, and the WKRN weather app is super important. We do have a new severe thunderstorm warning, so I just want to bring this down to you. Okay, it looks like they're continuing it now until 8 p.m. for Hickman, for Lewis, for Murray, and Williamson County. That same one I was just talking about, wind gusts to 60, tornado possible within this one, and hail 3/4 of an inch or less in diameter. You can't really see much in the way of hail. It looks like if there's any hail, it'd be just south of Fairview. It'd be moving over to Franklin, and it looks very small in nature. But yes, there's little notches along this line that we're going to have to watch very carefully. Right now, nothing looks that concrete. So make sure you have the safety plan, the phone charged, and have the WKRN weather app. As we head through the rest of the evening, here's what happens. All these storms you see out west of I-65, east of I-65, get ready. You are next for some of these storms. So they're going to continue to push to the east, and by 9 o'clock, most of them are along the I-65 corridor and then east of I-65. As we head towards about 10, 11 o'clock, you notice they're near Murfreesboro, Shelbyville, and also up towards Tompkinsville and Jamestown, and then they push out of here just after midnight. Now let's go over to Megan Thomas for more on what's going on.
Yeah, I wanted to take a bigger picture and show you where this velocity is. Where we watch this couplet is what it's called. The red moves away from the radar. That is the wind. Green moving towards. You see this couplet. I've got it circled here. It's going to be moving right along 13. The Tri-City Animal Clinic is in the direct path of this in Wayne County. So if you know anybody who live around that area or who goes to that vet, of course, that is something really important to let them know that they are in the direct path of this particular circulation. Again, that's the Tri-County Animal Clinic along Waynesboro Highway, which is Highway 13. And of course, I do want to mention that if you are close to the Tractor Supply store, right outside the Piggly Wiggly sits right about there, just north of the city of Waynesboro. This is going to be clipping your area. So if you live in Waynesboro along Tennessee 13. If you live near anywhere near Simmons Branch, this is headed towards your direction, Meat Road, which will then run parallel with Tennessee 13. Again, if you live near the Tri-Cities Animal Clinic in Waynesboro, this particular rotation will be making its way across your area. Now, here's the bigger picture. This tornado warning again will go through 7:45 just outside of Waynesboro. It's continuing to move to the east at 60. Danielle.
Okay, I just want to step off the screen. I want to go street to street right now because I'm just getting reports in the chat room right now. They're saying that it is looking good. They're getting a lowering now in Waynesboro. Waynesboro needs to take shelter. Hopefully you've already taken shelter because now it's moving north of you, really. But the lowering is happening. They're seeing it out there as we have storm spotters out in that general location. So again, I'm going to circle the rotation real fast so you can see this over in Meat Road, Old Beach Creek Road here. Okay, this is going to go literally over 13 right now. Let me go street to street with you. If I'm telling you your streets right now, Meat Road, Old Beach Road, Creek Road, I hope you're in your safe zone because it's right over you right now. I wouldn't be surprised if it's on the ground. There's definitely a lowering happening. Pope Circle Road, it's happening. It's coming to you right next. Mount Hope Road coming to you next. I'm going to go street to street and kind of name some off. Rayford Pope Lane, Old Town Beach Road, also Moccasin Creek Road, Meredith Hollow Road. It's coming to you. Natural Bridge Road, Old Town Branch Road. We're going to go towards Bowstring Branch Road, 48 Creek Road. If I'm saying your name, Topsy, it looks like there's Topsy Road, Teen Nut Road, some interesting names out here, Cherokee Road, Kelly Chapel Road. If I'm saying your names, this is where it's actually headed. Walnut Grove Road, Yoke Road. So here again, as I pull out on this one and I pull out a little bit farther, you can see there's where the center is, right north of Waynesboro right now. Hopefully you're taking cover. This thing is tightening up. They're saying there's a lot of, there's lowerings happening. They're worried about that, and they want to make sure that we're saying the street names to you folks, so I want to make sure you're seeing this. This is about to literally go over 13 north of 64. So if you live, north of 64 along 13 right now, you need to get down low. Lowest level, center of a room with no windows. I wonder if our Lawrenceburg camera is showing anything just yet. I don't know if it's pointed west. I don't know where it's pointed, but they're saying, I think he's saying that they can see it on no, I don't know if you can see the camera yet. But anyway, there should be, we have a Lawrenceburg camera on News PC, either 1 or 2. If we may be able to take that and maybe see this a little bit better, but I don't know. There's a lowering apparently happening around Waynesboro. I know Davis Nolan is out somewhere around that area. Hopefully he'll have a report coming up soon. But we are watching this storm because as it tightens up, I'm going to put a little track on this one for you guys so you know exactly where this is going because the couplet's tightening up just a touch. Okay, so this is going to be over Rupertown. Hopefully I said that right. 743. Moccasin, you don't have any time. You need to go down into the basement right now. Voorhees, you'll see us at about 746. Metal Ford at about 751. And then Quercus, I hope I said that right. Quercus, okay. Quercus at 753. I love Megan. She can help me out with some town names. Okay, but again, we are watching this because it is becoming a little bit more intense on the radar here, and they're watching that very, very carefully. So again, the couplet on the radar is just about to cross over 13. Again, some street names: Meat Road, Simmons Branch Road, Herbert Galleon Drive, Mount Hope Road, and then Moccasin Road. So again, I'm going to just do another storm track on this one, and then I'll take it out and just show you everything that's happening across our area. But this is in particular here. It's moving fast. Okay, it is literally, the rotation, the couplet just caught up, is going over 13 as we speak, folks.
Yes, it looks like it's going to be going right over Tri-County Animal Clinic. And it's just south of the Silver Pines Mobile Home Park. So if you live in between Mount Hope Road and north of the Copeland Branch on 64, if you live near the Tri-County Animal Clinic, if you live on Silver Pine Road, near the Silver Pines Mobile Home Park, you need to be in your safe place now.
Right. We're doing this very seriously, folks, because we're hearing that there's a lowering, that might be on the ground. We have no confirmation just yet, but we want to make sure you're taking this very, very seriously, okay? We have, just so you know, when I just show you all of this, you can see what's happening here. We've got several storms that we're monitoring, that we're watching here on Storm Tracker Radar Network, and I'm going to get back into play mode here, and we'll get stuff started. And, of course, Megs, if you see anything, shout something out to me, please. But Storm Tracker Radar Network. Oh, you have the Lawrenceburg camera. Can we see it real fast? I just want to see if there's anything we can see. I don't know. The problem is I don't know where it's pointed. I don't know which way it's pointed. Up there's, well, we can see lightning. We definitely see a storm in the background there. But this is our Lawrenceburg camera, and hopefully if this continues, well, let's hope it does not continue as a tornado warning, but if it goes towards Lawrence County, we may be able to see something more on this camera, which is super important. We really appreciate WLX for lending us their sky cameras tonight. So let's talk a little bit more about what's going on Storm Tracker Radar network. Want to show you this is Nashville. Nashville's getting some very noisy storms for you, but just to the south, now Williamson County, you're under a severe thunderstorm warning down to Murray County here. And then why we are staying in extended coverage, Megan Thomas and I are here with you every step of the way, is for this tornado warning in Waynesboro. And I'm wondering, Meg, if they're going to say anything about issuing or reissuing this tornado warning.
So they are saying Wayne County emergency management agencies are now reporting power outages south of Waynesboro. Secondhand report of debris in Wayne County near Waynesboro. Okay. So we are obviously watching the potential for the debris.
Okay.
And also watching, now it's becoming a bit of a bow-like feature. And I just was looking at
that right there. That's what I'm saying. There's a bow, so there's definitely going to be some very strong wind gusts in this cell too. So we have to watch that. A lot of lightning with this one. Now it's passing past Waynesboro at this point, so it will be up north. It looks like it may be losing a little bit of the circulation, but there it is. Again, it would be over Moccasin Creek Road. This is not the right circulation, by the way. It'd be actually right in this area here now. Sorry if this is making you a little dizzy, but it'll be over Moccasin Creek Road, Simmons Branch Road. It would be going towards T-Nut Road, also Walnut Grove Road in this area here. But I will tell you this, with that bowing feature, that is not good news either, because that could be strong, damaging winds. And one thing I'm just going to look at real quick, I'm going to step off the screen here just to see if CC, our correlation or debris tracker.
Nothing is being picked up on
Nothing's
CC.
being, okay, good. You're watching that for me. I appreciate you. So we can't see much there, unfortunately.
It's very, very noisy at this point.
It's very noisy. Okay, good to know. We do have a big hail core right over Waynesboro, okay, folks? So it's definitely noisy over Waynesboro right now. And that circulation now would be moving just probably north of Waynesboro and north really and east. So, you know, Hohenwald, you just be a little north of it. But if you live between, I would say, I know this is a big radius, but if you live between Hohenwald and Lawrenceburg, you're up next. If you live in northern Lawrence County, southern Lewis County, you have to be prepared for this one. If they continue the tornado warning, get ready to get in your safe zone. And they just did. I just saw that because it's starting to tighten back up. I can see it on the radar here. Yes. And hopefully they will put this into motion here. If you can just click that, I think. Oh, let's see if we can. Yeah, if you don't mind clicking the tornado warning for me, and we'll just take you right to it and show you everything. Okay, so here we go. This is for, again, Lawrence, Lewis, Murray, and Wayne County. So this is extended. This is extended until 8:15 in the evening now, folks, okay? So this is a serious situation. We were telling you before, in this area here, in the southernmost counties, that's where we had all the ingredients needed to get tornadoes going. So, unfortunately, this is what's happening. Around 8:15 now, we've got, well, till 8:15, we've got this tornado warning. I don't even know what time it is in the middle of the night right now, but okay, here's what we have. There's the hail core. There's the extended tornado warning at 7:30 now currently, and there is where we're watching. It's right in this area, right in here, that we will be watching for the possible rotation. So this is going to go over the Natchez Trace Parkway. This is going to head, so it's heading north and east at about 60 miles an hour. So heads up 20, you would be in the path of the storm. 412 would be in the path of this storm, Highway 412. There's also 43. I mean, Mount Pleasant, you're directly in the path of this storm. So as I take you to this and I just show you, one thing you want to make sure you're doing, if you're in that area that I just showed you in that red polygon, you want to go to a room with no windows, preferably a bathroom, a basement, something in the lowest level center of your room, and you want to protect your head and neck. I can't stress that enough. So again, we are watching this system in particular here. It is right in this area here that we're going to be watching for that possible tornado. So right now it's not confirmed by any means, but we are watching it in particular, and it's already passed by Waynesboro, but it is headed to the north here. And I do have an old storm tracker on here, so I'm just going to clear this off real quick here and put a new one on real fast so you can see this rotation. And I'll just put it on so you can kind of check out where it's heading. So some of the people in the path of this, it's going to be in center at about 7:48. It will be in Henryville at about 7:52. And then in that B town word, which I can't say, at about 8 o'clock. So we'll watch that one for you as well. So we've got lots going on, and Megan Thomas has more. Yeah, I want to make sure that everybody knows if you live in the city of Waynesboro, you're in the all clear right now. The storm has passed by you. Now, it may be a little bit more loud back south of Collinwood as the nether system moves through, but that is not a tornado-warned storm. The one we're focused on now is just to the north and east of Waynesboro, going to be crossing Natchez Trace Parkway. That's moving to the north and east. Again, this is moving at about 60+ miles an hour. It still has somewhat of a rotation inside of this, but it does look like it could be coming more of a straight line wind event. So if I put this into motion for you, they are racing to the east. If you live along Tennessee 20, if you live along 43 back into Mount Pleasant, if you live in Etheridge, you're about to get
lots of heavy rain and a lot of cloud to ground lightning and really gusty winds. So here is that circulation center that we're watching that is moving to the north and east. If you live in Henryville, it's 7:51 your time. You will be needing to get into your safe place now. That's when it'll be on top of your door. If you live in Mount Pleasant, 8:04, Mount Joy just 3 minutes before that at 8:01. Again, that is going to be moving to the north and east just in minutes. Going to be moving very, very quickly. As we continue to watch this, I want to zoom down and show you that again, we did have that rotation that is just back down towards Natchez Trace Parkway north of 64. Remember, this is the same storm that originated back over into Hardin County, and it's continuing momentum. It's going to be loud. You're going to see gusty winds, and of course, we're continuing to watch that rotation. Now, it does look fairly broad in a few spots, which means that it could be loosening its grip, if you will. But here's that correlation coefficient where we like to watch, where the red meets the green. That is the indication of rotation. Going to be moving to the north and east, crossing over Natchez Trace Parkway. And if you live along, again, Tennessee 20, heads up to you. It'll be in your neck of the woods here in just minutes. Again, this is going to be going for the next, I'd say 8:15. So it is now 7:40. So for the next 30 minutes, this will continue to move northeast. And it does look like it is packing a punch. Just looking at the general trend of this, there is no indication of an inflow notch. That is good news. However, the National Weather Service continues the tornado warning, and you need to be in your safe place. That means lowest level, most interior room, got a helmet on, and hard sole shoes as you head into those safe places. Make sure you can turn your TV up loud or download the WKRN weather app. That way you can take it into your storm shelter and you can listen to Danielle and I talk back and forth and give you the warnings. But again, this does look like it is moving, it's just racing at this point at 60 miles an hour moving east. It's about to cross over Natchez Trace Parkway. If you live along 43 from Mount Pleasant to Etheridge, you will be next in this pass. Danielle.
All right, let's go back over to Weather One. I'm going to show you what's going on. And of course, if you guys see anything, by the way, in that Lawrenceburg camera, I want to bring it up. If you do start to see anything happening on it, you know, on the news PC. All right, let's see what's going on. It's hard to see because it's obviously dark outside, so we're not going to see that much, but a little concerning look to it. Oh, we see some lightning for sure. That's probably the storm in the background there. I'm not sure exactly which way this is paid. It's hard to tell as that lightning flashes. It's good to see those storm clouds rolling on in there, but let me look at it there a little bit more. But this is a live camera out of Lawrenceburg, and that's where that tornado-warned storm is headed towards. As you look at Storm Tracker Radar Network, kind of get a view, a little tour of what's going on. We've got noisy storms over Nashville. They did release the severe thunderstorm warning over Williamson County and parts of Murray County, which is good news. Still significant weather advisory for you. You're going to have lots of lightning. You're going to have wind gusts to 40. You're going to have some hail. Again, it's going to be very noisy and very loud as it goes over your area. We're watching cells up to the north and west as well, which we'll get to in just a second. But the reason why we continue to stay with you and continue to keep you safe and informed is because of this tornado warned storm. So it's for Lawrence, Lewis, Murray, and Wayne County. So heads up Mount Pleasant. This is coming directly at you. And if it comes directly at you and holds together Columbia, you would be up next. So if I'm calling your city, I want to let you know. Let's see what's going on in Columbia. Maybe we can check that out. Things look pretty quiet there. You can see the trees are definitely blowing. I'm not sure if we're going to see any lightning just yet from some of these storms, but we're going to watch that camera too. We'll see what's happening as we go throughout the remainder of the evening, because as that storm gets closer, definitely going to want to use that camera for sure. All right, so this tornado warning, again, is until 8:15. This is the area of concern right in here. Okay, it's over the Natchez Trace Parkway already. And as I step you through this, I'll just show you some things here. Hail is going down in this storm, so that's good news. Could be weakening a bit. But here is where that circulation is, right in this area in here. So it's really going over the Natchez Trace Parkway as we speak. Then would be going close to 20 and 412. Those are some areas, and even 43 it could be going near as well. So as I zoom down and show you some of these, I'm going to take you street by street just to show you a few things in the path right now. So here's where it's at. Gaither-Hinson Road. You are just to the north of the circulation, Natchez Trace Parkway. It's coming directly over you. Buffalo Road, it's right near you as well. Napier Road, this is near Lawrence County now. It's coming to you, as well as Natchez Trace Parkway as it extends up. It's going to go right over there and probably cross over 20 there, it looks like. And then as we push this a little bit further, I'll show you some more streets that are in the path. Highway 166, 412, and then, of course, Mount Pleasant and 43 would be up next as this circulation continues, and we're going to have to watch this carefully. So directly in the path right now, Turkey Track, you have no time. You need to get down to the lowest level center of room, a room with no windows. We're having confirmations of lowering. We're having confirmations of power outages around Waynesboro. So this thing could possibly be on the ground at this point. We haven't visually seen it just yet. Doesn't mean it's not on the ground, folks. So you need to take this really, really seriously. Voorhees, it's going to come pretty close to you, probably scrape you very, very quickly here. Also, it's going to be near Meadow Ford at about 7:49, then Barnesville at about 7:54, and Mount Joy, you're going to see this at about 8:03. Not to mention Mount Pleasant, you're right after the 8:03 area, so we'll be watching all of that carefully. They did just drop the tornado warning for Wayne County, so Wayne County, like Megan just mentioned, is in the clear. However, that is not the case for Lawrence County, not the case for Lewis County and Murray County. You folks need to be doing this right now. Going down to a room with no windows, going down to the lowest level, center of a room with no windows. And I want to also show you what's going on. You want to make sure you protect your neck and your head with that. Now, I'm showing you this because the warnings have been dropped around Brentwood, Franklin, but there is still a significant weather advisory over parts of Davidson, Williamson County, and I believe we have some really good lightning going on some of those cameras. If we want to show one of those, the Bridgestone Arena camera or anything like that. Yep, there we go. Look at that. Really strong lightning going over downtown Nashville right now. It's a very noisy storm. It is not severe thunderstorm warned. However, it has a lot of lightning, wind gusts to 40, miles an hour, some small hail, and yes, it is a noisy storm as it comes over you. But the good news is no warning for that area. Now, I want to show you on Storm Tracker Radar Network, there are more storms extending now into Mount Juliet. Don't want to forget about my folks to the north, Gallatin, Goodlettsville. They are below severe thunderstorm warning limits, which is good news. However, again, watching these storms carefully just to see if there is any rotation with them. Luckily, right now, it does not look like there is anything south of Franklin near the Boston area, but there are still some storms that are heading that way. And some heavier storms from the Centerville area will be pushing up towards Theta, and it'll also be pushing up towards Franklin. You know, you're already getting storms, but some more heavy storms will be rolling on in. So be prepared for rounds of storms, heavy rain as we go deeper into this evening and into the overnight. Not to mention tracking a few storms up to the north near Clarksville, also moving towards Barren Plains, Springfield, Pleasant View, and another line over in Stewart County. That's going to be moving towards Oak Grove. Hopkinsville, you're getting hit pretty hard right now as well. The tornado watch, though, in effect until 11 p.m. And yes, those southernmost counties, we have to be really on guard as that's the area that has the best conditions to get tornadoes to form. So let's go over to Megan Thomas for more.
Yeah, I wanted to zoom in real quick, Danielle, and show everybody where this rotation is. If you live on Sickler Road, if you live on Buffalo Road, Napier Lake Road, Candy Road, these are all areas where the rotation could be moving over you here within just minutes.
Meg, it's confirmed. It's confirmed. It's a large and extremely dangerous tornado. Oh boy. Okay, this is not good, guys.
It's moving northwest?
It's moving north. It's now confirmed. It's moving east at 50 miles an hour. Okay, hang on. I want to get on this. If you want to pull it up real quick and circle it, everyone can see this right now. Folks, this is now confirmed. I've been telling you I thought it was confirmed. It wasn't confirmed. It is now confirmed. This just got more serious. I'm going to step on the screen with this if you guys can take me on the screen. Folks, you need to take your tornado precautions. This is not a joke anymore. This just got really serious. It's a large, confirmed, violent tornado on the ground right now. We thought we had power outages over in Waynesboro. We did. It's probably from this tornado. And Megan Thomas is going to drive me for a little bit on weather too. But this is an area right in here. Okay, this is going right towards Meadow Ford. You have no time. Take your tornado precautions right now. This is getting very serious by the minute. Barnesville, you need to take your tornado precautions. You need to really, right in this area here, we need to go street to street, Megs. We got to show them what's going on. All right, so here we go. Paul Reed Road, it's about to go over you. Turner Sims Road, it's going over you. Gandy Road, it's going over you. Rack Clayton Road, it's going over you. This is the area right in here. Meg's showing you right in there near Sickler Road, near Buffalo Road, Napier Lake Road, Meadowford Road. If I'm saying your street name right now, guys, it's right near you. You need to get down now. You have little to no time to do this. In fact, it's going to be over Napier at about 8:08. Napier is probably the biggest city in the path of this as it heads towards you, but you can see some other areas, Natchez Trace Parkway, Lauren Hill Road, Reed Road, Mallard Road, Meadowford Road. Folks, this is going directly towards Mount Pleasant. By the way, that's another big city in the path, going directly towards Mount Pleasant. This is over in Lawrence County here, folks, and this is really serious. This is where you need to go down now in the lowest level, center of a room with no windows, and take those tornado precautions. This is it right here, okay? It is really going to be over Buffalo Road quickly. It is really lining up just, I would say, yep, Meg's circling it for you there, right there. Natchez Trace Parkway, it is right over you right now, and this is where you need to take your tornado precautions. This is on the ground. It is a large, violent, confirmed tornado on the ground. So, folks, this is just like March 2nd, March 3rd. I need you. It's not a drill. It's real. Get down in the basement. Get down in the lowest level, center of a room. Take a bike helmet now. Take your kids, take your dogs, take your cats. Get in your safe zone. You have little to no time. And if you know anyone, it is 7:49 in the evening. Call them in Lawrence County right now. Call them Murray County right now. If they're not paying attention to the news, you need to tell them to get down to their safe zone. It's super important. Although this last scan just faded out just a touch, but it looks like it may be right in here. Buffalo Road, Napier Lake Road, right in there. Yep. That's where it looks like it would be. Yep, Meg's circling right there again. There it is. It looks like it may not be as strong right now, but that doesn't mean anything, folks. It could still be on the ground. We have to treat it like it's on the ground around Napier Lake Road, Collier Road, Rack Clayton Road. It's also near Paul Reed Road. And all of this is heading towards Table Rock, Natchez Trace Parkway. Guys, really, we need to start taking our tornado precautions now. This thing is on the ground. It is a large, violent tornado. I'm wondering if we could take our Lawrenceburg camera one more time just to see if we can see anything on it. I don't know if Davis Nolan is down in that way. He's in Lawrenceburg right now. If we can get Davis sometime on the phone just to hear if he's hearing about anything down there. This is our Lawrenceburg camera. I can't see anything. I'm hoping I could see a visual on this to see something happening, but we are watching all of this very, very carefully for you. There is a tornado warning. It has now been said that it is a confirmed tornado on the ground that happened around Waynesboro. That's where we're getting all the damage around the Waynesboro area right now. So yes, it's right near Natchez Trace Parkway, near Napier Lake Road. And now it looks like we just got a new severe thunderstorm warning, too. So real fast, guys, I want to make sure you're taking your tornado precautions, again, in this area. And, Megs, if you want to get ready to do some more.
Let's just reset and kind of walk everybody through this. So the big picture, again, that tornado warning is now in parts for Lewis and the southwestern corner of Murray County. I'm going to zoom in to show you who's in and who's out. And, again, this clips the northern tier of Lawrence County. So if you live in the northern tier of Lawrence County, and it does look like we have another severe thunderstorm warning possible back into parts of St. Joseph's, 5 points, Lawrenceburg, the city of Lawrenceburg, you are underneath this. But again, the most important thing right now is this tornado warning. I'm going to put a track on this. And again, if you live in Murray County, this would be your time to take heads up. This is going to cross right over Mount Pleasant, and this thing is racing. So if you live in the city of Barnesville, if you live in Mount Joy, if you live in Mount Pleasant, you need to be in your safe place right now. Arkland all the way to Columbia. Columbia would be the center, the county seat of Murray County. That is where you're going to find the courthouse. So again, this could take right over the city of Mount Pleasant, headed right into Columbia. It's racing at about 60 miles an hour. Checking in with the National Weather Service, they said trees down now in Wayne County, Bowling Springs Road at Natural Bridge Road. So we've got to check in with Davis Nolan. I was just talking to our assistant news director, and she said that he is in Lawrence County, and they are hearing reports of
there's trees down and power down, and a lot of damage actually down, and even a confirmation potentially of a touchdown in Wayne County, although we're getting conflicting reports. Now they're saying that they might be, the rotation is now beginning to broaden just a touch, just to let you know, Megs.
Okay.
So they're going to take the tornado warning back to a base tornado warning rather than considerable. So it might be, it might be a bit large tornado. Now it might be shrinking back and maybe lifting at this point. We don't know that for sure, but we want to treat it like as if it's still on the ground, because this is obviously produced a lot of damage over in Wayne County.
So what I was going to say is, back in Alabama, what they had were these storms that were cyclic. And basically what happens is these storms run on a cycle, and they can easily be picked up. They can drop a tornado, and then they can come back down. So I did want to show you this in the past, this is the past 30 minutes. It is racing. It's crossing over Natchez Trace Parkway. It's going to be crossing over 43 here soon near Mount Pleasant. If you live in the city of Mount Pleasant, if you live in Columbia, you are not underneath the tornado warning. However, you need to make sure that you are in your safe place, especially as this thing races to you. So the city of Columbia sits right about here. That is where the county courthouse is. If you live in Mount Pleasant, you would be next on the list to see this along 43 as well. Back toward the velocity, you'll notice that, again, the couplet is a bit broad, but it's now just outside of Voorhees, and that's going to be moving into Mount Pleasant. Again, if you live in Henryville, this is going to be next on your list right now. I do want to take this off and put a fresh track on this for you. As we look at the big picture, again, this is where that circulation would be. It would be on the Lewis-Lawrence County line, crossing Natchez Trace Parkway, Napier Lake Road. It's about to cross Tennessee 20. So if you live in Tennessee 20, you need to be in your safe place right now as this system continues to race to the east at about 60 miles an hour. It's crossing Natchez Trace Parkway as we speak. And of course, This is a dangerous situation, especially in this area. From Nashville Parkway back over to the northern tier of Lawrence County, you need to be in your safe place. I'm going to zoom in kind of street level, kind of give you an overview of what roads are impacted by this. If you live in Peters Road, if you live in Pine Bluff Road, if you live back over to Leland Road, this is all in parts of Lewis County. The big picture again, it is south of the city of Hohenwald. Hohenwald, again, the county seat of Lewis County. If you live in Hohenwald, you are not underneath this at all. If you live in Mount Pleasant, you are considered underneath this tornado warning as this system races to the east at about 60 miles an hour. That would put you in the path here in just minutes. If you live in Mount Pleasant, about 8:18. And again, this system, or this tornado warning, I should say, is actually in place until 8:15. Again, this is for Lawrence, Lewis, and Murray County. Radar indicated, and of course, we're watching the National Weather Service chats as they are continuing to update. Danielle?
All right, so I want to get onto this one real fast. If we can go over to Weather 1, because I want to show you, I want to kind of give you the big picture again. And Meg, you keep following that storm down in Lawrence County, because obviously that's the tornado warning. That's why we're doing this. But the National Weather Service just came in about the new severe thunderstorm warning that has been issued for parts of Williamson, Davidson County. So I want to take you right to this one. It's Davidson and Williamson County. It's until 8:30. It's for winds of 60 miles an hour, hail size 3/4 in diameter or a little bit less. But here's the idea. We're watching a little bit of notching happening around the Franklin area. So they're concerned with that. They're watching it very closely, and I'll show you that in just a second. First of all, there's a lot of hail. So heads up for my friends in Franklin. You're about to get nailed with some hail. There is also a tornado watch that's probably, I'm guessing, being extended, is my guess. Maybe not. Or pushed down. I don't even know. They're probably extending it a little bit more. But let's go back, and I want to show you this storm because, in particular, this one is going to be pushing over 31. It's going to be going over 840. It's going to be tracking right over the city of Franklin. Also, Brentwood, you're in this. Antioch, you're in this. And Almaville, you'd be up next for this. Smyrna, you'd be up next for this. It's just north of Spring Hill, really where 840 connects with 65 here. That's not a good sight. So we're watching this carefully. It does look very broad-based right now, but they're watching it carefully because they're saying there could be possible rotation in this area. So we're going to have to watch that. My friends in Franklin, get ready. Get ready to shelter in place if something happens. Get ready to go down to the lowest level center of the room if we get a tornado warning on this storm. I want you to be prepared for all of that. It is very noisy. It is moving. Again, most of these storms are now moving to the east at about 45, 50, even 60 miles an hour at times, so they're racing. It's going to be near Paytonsville at about 8:01. Antioch, you'll see this at about 8:06. Laverne, 8:10. Smyrna, 8:14. Stone River Homes at about 8:16. And Silver Hill at about 8:25. Now, the tornado warning and why we are staying on the air for you is in effect until 8:15. Now, this one was an extremely dangerous tornado in Waynesboro. It did hit Waynesboro, northern Waynesboro. We're getting reports of damage coming in, and we're getting reports of power outages coming in. And of course, we're watching the storm very carefully as it pushes very close to Mount Pleasant, not to mention Columbia. If this storm keeps on the same track, you folks are in the direct path of this storm. Now, this tornado warning is in effect until 8:15 for Lawrence, Lewis, and Murray County. If you're in this red polygon that I have lit up right here, hopefully you're taking your tornado precautions. Not to mention, we still have a severe thunderstorm warning down to the south over in Lawrence and Wayne counties too for that area, but that tornado warning is just to the north of that severe thunderstorm warning. So we've got noisy storms to the south, we've got this tornado warning storm to the north, and we're watching it, and we're watching the little notch right here, and here's what we're looking for, okay? The green is that wind going to the radar. That red, or kind of looks like red, is the wind going away from the radar. And when you see it linking up right here, really just east of Natchez Trace Parkway, about to really roll over. It's going over 20 as we speak, essentially. And then it's going to be going towards Mount Pleasant. So Mount Pleasant, you have very little time. You need to start taking your tornado precautions. At one point, this was a very large, dangerous tornado on the ground. Now they've taken back that. However, if we start to get more damage reports, we will relay them to you. But I can tell you in Wayne County, it was a large tornado on the ground. Right now, though, there's still rotation, and they continue this tornado warning for at least another 15 minutes or so. So we're going to be watching this, and because it has a history of reproducing tornadoes, as Megan mentioned, these can kind of cycle up and come right back down. So we need to be prepared. So my friends in Mount Pleasant, if you know anyone in Mount Pleasant, call them now. Let them know it's coming for them next, and they need to start getting down to the lowest level because these things are flying. Okay, I did put a storm tracker on this one for you. Mount Joy, you've got less than about 7 minutes or so before it comes right over your doorstep. So if you live in Mount Joy right now, start taking your tornado precautions, going down to the lowest level, a room with no windows, preferably a bathroom, a basement. Really take it seriously, folks. This was already at one point a very large tornado confirmed on the ground, and it is nighttime. You're not going to see it as it comes. The other thing is with this storm, if it is a tornado on the ground, it's going to knock out power right before it comes in. You're going to feel that. Mount Pleasant, you're going to see this at about 8:11. You have less than 10 minutes, folks, in Mount Pleasant right now. Do it. Get down to the lowest level center of the room. Grab the helmet. Grab the blanket. Grab your kids. And grab everybody. We want to keep everybody safe. They are keeping this tornado warning going. They've cut off a little bit. You can see you're now safe just to the south and west of this, right? But to the north and east, you are not safe. So Mount Pleasant, you are not safe. You are right in the tornado zone. And if this continues, it's going to be near Columbia, probably around 8:30 or so. Maybe even 8:20. Southern Hills will see this at about 8:24, and that's very close to Columbia. Williamsport would see this at about 8:19. So we're watching the cell very carefully for you folks, and we're watching tons of cells. You know, we've got the severe thunderstorm warning over in Franklin, Brentwood area, also into Davidson County. We've got the tornado warned storm that's in effect until 8:15. That's coming right towards Mount Pleasant. Plus, we've got a few storms now rolling into Clarksville, Oak Grove, Mount Pleasant, or